Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. Happy Friday. Today I'm going to be doing the next 4 stages of the Agora Models release and build the Corvette Stingray. Now pack 12 is an absolute beast. There's 97 pages, so there's no way I'm getting through it in one video. As a matter of fact, today I managed to do 4 stages, which you're about to see, and that's why the doors are already attached to the cars, and also the car has had all of the tubes and wires and all of that sorted out as well. Loads to do. But if you want to get hold of this yourself, you can get this for Agora Models. Links in the video description. There's also a QR code on the screen. But because the running time of this, well, not the running time, the filming time of this was well over 3 hours, it has been edited down. I'm going to get straight into it because this is sort of like post. I'm continuity. I've done the greeting after I've done the build, but you get what I mean. Anyway, without further ado, let's get cracking. We're going to start with stage 93. Look how big that pack is. Almost as big as the amount of pages in the instructions this time. We've got 97 pages, I believe. So there is so much to do. So it's no wonder I am going to be cutting this video into 2. Let's get this out. Okay, and the first things we need are in this packet here. And we need the rear view mirror and the mount for that. Let's open this. And the first thing I need to do is take the backing reflector plate here and the mirror, and I want to try and keep the clear plastic on this side but peel the adhesive off the back of this side. There we go. Now it is shaped, so I'm going to be sticking this to the mirror here. I've got so much static electricity on me today. Look, I'm electric. Right, just rub that down. And as I said, I am going to keep that plastic on just to protect the mirror until the vehicle is finished. All I've got left to do then is just to put this mount on. It's a little pin that's going to be going into the back. It is a D-shaped pattern, so it can only go in one way. But there you go. That looks like that. Then I just want to wipe off my fingerprints here. Bring over what we created in the last pack. And the mirror is going to go into the top here. So make sure the mirror's facing in the right direction towards the back. And I'm just going to push this in here. Just like that. It's going to be held in from the other side with an AP screw. Just finding them here. There we go. Get this nice and tight. Perfect. So that is the mirror in place. Now I need the sun visors, and these should be stamped with an R. And I believe this one's going to have an L on it, which is there. So the left sun visor is going to go in this side. It's just a case of pushing them into these tabs here. Takes a little bit of pushing, but as you can see, that's that one in. Do the same on the other side for the right-hand side one. And there we go. That's the sun visors in like that. I'm going to keep them up, get rid of my fingerprints. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fit this to the body of the car. So I'm just clearing some space, putting a cloth down here. And if you remember, this is the body of the car. So turn this over, and I'm just going to be dropping this into place, making sure I don't trap that wire there. Just like that. Perfect. Now it's going to be held in with 4 FM screws just into the holes here. That's the first one in. I'll do the other 3. And there you go. All 4 of those are in place. I then need some EM screws. Put the sun visors back, and you'll see I've got 2 screw holes just underneath where the sun visors are. They're going to have EM screws. Then I've got a trim panel that's going to go round the windscreen here. That looks like this. And it's going to go just over these 2 points here, here, should say 2 points, 3 points, and here. That's held in with DM screws. I've switched to my thicker PH1 screwdriver. Makes this life a little bit easier to screw these in. Excellent, and that's that into place. Now I've got these internal panels to put in. Again, they are stamped left and right, so it's the left one I want first. And that's going to go into this side here, making sure that the slot here goes into the head lining that we just put in. So it fits in like that. Once again, that's going to be held in with a DM screw. And then what we've done on one side, we're going to be doing on the other side. So again, make sure that the tab at the bottom goes in this head lining all the way, and a DM screw to attach that in there. Now we've got some body supports here, which again are stamped. So let's have a look. This one's the left one, this one's the right one. So this is the left side of the car here. So this support is going to be going this way round, and it's going to go over this section just here like that. So the notch section is just around this bit here. It's going to be held in with CM screws. So I need 2 of these. And then do exactly the same on the other side. Just like that. And then 2 CM screws again. So that's the last one in. So that's how that's looking now. So then I need to bring over the front body with all of these wires coming out of it here. I need to disconnect a couple of cables. They are cables MOT and E. So they only just want me to take out the extension parts of these cables. So there's the MOT one, and there's the E one. And what I want to do, this is going to be fun, bring up the car again, and I want to align the front end here to this end here. So let's take my time and get this in. Sort of slides in. That's what I've just done there. It's a nice fit. Excellent. That's in place. It should snap in just underneath the windshield there, so you can't see any gap between this section here. Now I want to turn this whole thing over, and I'm going to be putting this in with a lot of CM screws. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Same on the other side, 3 there. Then I've got 2 just in the middle here. So I'm going to get these in first, show you what this looks like. Just had to turn the air conditioning on because it's getting really hot in here, but I'm almost done here. But with this last one there, that's all of those CM screws in place. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the skirts here. This is the left skirt going on the left hand side of the car. That's just going to go here like that. It's held in with DM screws just from the top here. That one's 2. Perfect. I'm just going to do exactly the same on the other side. Now I can just put all of this to one side. And I'm going to bring over the main part of the car. We haven't seen this for a while, because the circuit board has been updated. Now we do have an updated one here, which means we just need to swap this out. So that means taking out these EP screws and then taking these wires out as well. Now they are labelled, so C is just going to go into the new board C here. If I do it this way, I can't go wrong. Take this ribbon cable out, and the ribbon cable is going to plug into this side. And just continue doing that for all the wires that we've actually plugged in at the moment. There we go. All of the wires are done. Just a case of putting this back over here and then re-securing the EP screws. So we should at the moment just have 5 plugs in here, which are C, A, D, S and B. We're not going to need this board anymore. Now remember, we took 2 cables out, the MOT cable and the E cable. We can now plug these in. So E is just going into the port here, and MOT is just going to go next to it there. And that is all there is to do in that stage. Okay, in stage 94 here, we're going to be doing the gas filler and mounting the interior assembly. Let's get all this out, open. Lots of tiny details in this pack here. Okay, so having this way round, probably best again on the top camera here. Making sure that the slant of these tops here are going to my left. This is going to go in this way here. It's just a case of pushing this down onto each of the lugs like that. So turning it over, I've got a D-shaped hole in there, which is for the gas cap I've got here. So this can only go in one way, just like that. And it's held in from the other side with a KP screw. There you go. going to make some space because I want to bring over that bodywork again now. And it's this back section that I'm going to want. The tab section here is just going to go through towards the back, and it's going to sit in just like that there. It's held in with FM screws, and that's 2 of them. So just showing you from the other side, that's how that's looking now. So I then have a gas cap to put on. It's got a raised side here, which we want to be facing down, so that's going to fit flush on there. It's held in with XP screws from each side. These are tiny silver screws. So one in that side and one in the other side here. So that should be able to open and close. And then we've just got a sticker to put on, which looks like this. Making sure it's straight. That's going into there just like that. Perfect. I can put this on the floor and bring over the car again. And we had some footwell mats here, which are hard to get out. There we go. 1, let's get my tweezers to help me. And 2, let's put the car to one side because we are now in a position to put some double-sided adhesive on the back of these, which are going to keep these into place. So 1 here, right down the middle, and 1 on the left side. Take the backing off, and then I can stick these down. There's 1 in there. I'm just going to put the 1 in this side. Going in this way. Perfect. That's the mats stuck down now. Now at the moment, this interior is not actually attached. As you can see, it can come off because I do need to pin these wires here down. So I want this wire here to be going into the trough that we've got along this side. So this can sit flat. So I'm going to be putting some of these pads in here to ensure that happens. Perfect. So that's going to ensure that when I put the top down, it's not going to impede that wire there. Now I need all of these A cables that we've got here, gathering them all together. Some more of those A cables here. They're all going towards the front. I need the MOT cable, which I've got here. And I also need the E cable, which I've got here. They're all going to go towards the front. All the other cables that we've got, if you look here, are going to be going towards the back. So that is the B cables. I think they're all B cables actually that are at the back. So all of these cables are going to need to fit into the trough that we've got just there, like that. So again, they gave us some stickers so we can batch these cables together. So I'm going to put that on here and get them all wrapped together. Just like that. Then I can push these down the side here. I actually used the wrong bit of tape then, but I have got some insulating tape because I'm going to need some more of this now. Because I want to make all of these. This is going to be interesting. Now, they don't say in the instructions, but I'm guessing all of these plugs here need to fit inside this cavity. So it's going to be flat when I put the top on. So I'm guessing it's going to be kind of like that. And these are all coming out the front here. These kind of just go over the front here. So I'm making sure nothing's pinched so I can get this floor pan into place. Now there is one difference here. I'm just going to take that back off because the A4 cable, which I'm just trying to find, which is this one here. Let me just grab that. I need this cable because this needs to come out the back here like that. It does just mean a tiny bit of repositioning there. Okay. Excellent. We just put that in again, making sure none of these are pinched again. Now, hard to show you, but on this side here, we've got the steering column going through, which is connected to what we connected to before. I need to make sure that these two parts here go together. So it's just then a case of making sure that the steering wheel is straight. Connecting, this is impossible to show you. Let's see if I can put it on its side there. You might be able to see this just on the top camera, actually. I'm going to be connecting the steering wheel behind this section here. So I'm going to line up the holes. Just like that, and I'll get one FM screw in here. Perfect. Then another FM screw, and then that is the steering connected. Hopefully you can see those two screws in there. So when hard to show you, but when I turn this, the wheels turn, as you can see. Okay, perfect. I now need these IP screws, because I'm going to be turning this upside down. Just like that, being very gentle, and securing this bottom into place. And just continue doing that all the way around. You may have to press underneath here, just so you can bite the thread. So turn this back over. That's looking good. I like that. I can now just put this part back in, like this. So I've zoomed up the camera a little bit because it's this area here that I'm interested in now. Now this is where I realise my cross member I've got here is in the wrong way, but it's a simple fix. Take this screw out here and I'll just spin this around. So where I've got this on this side, it actually needs to be on the other side here. I'll just re-screw that back in here. Screw that back in. That's better. And then the DM screw just into this hole here. Now I'm going to put this on its side because we've got a hole in this side member here where I'm going to be putting one end of this spring in. Then the other end, forget my tweezers, is just going to go onto the hook we got just at the back here. Just like that. So that's the spring in place as well. Now here I've got the throttle adjuster linkage here. I actually need to take this out. So let me quickly do that. I don't like taking parts out that we've already fitted. There we go. I've got that here. I'm just going to hold it till I can see what I have to do in the next stage. I've got to hook a tension bar into a bottom hole. The tension bar is going to be going into the back. So I've got the tension bar here. Can I do this all while I've got it here? I'm believing I might be able to. So it might be easier to get it into the hole that it goes into this bulkhead here first. There you go. I've got it into the hole in the bulkhead. I'll thread this onto this linkage here. Now the end of the fuel injection pipe, which I've got just here, again, I don't know if anything can see this. Get this open. Just going to go into the nipple onto this gold servo here. Put that in. Just like that. So that's connected. And that is all there is to do in that stage. Now 2 stages so far have taken me 1.5 hours. Crazy. So in stage 95 here, just opening this up, we're going to be fitting the tail lights, door sills, doors and connecting pipes. So quite a bit to do in this one as well. I think I'm going to leave this as the last stage because, telling you, 2 hours recording so far. So this is everything in here. What I need to do is just get out the left and right tail lights. Now they are stamped behind here, so that says R2. Let's just get them all out actually. And then we've got R1, L2 and L1. So once again, bringing over the car here, what we're going to do, pretty hard to show you actually. I'm going to try and show you on this camera here. We're going to put L1 in here, L2 in the middle, R1 in this side, R2 in here. So I'll get them in and I'll show you what that looks like. Once we put these in, they're actually held in from the back with KP screws. So before I attach them, that's what they look like when they're in there. Let's screw these in. So they're secured in here just through the bottom hole. And it only takes one. So I'll do this for all of these lenses. I know I should have put this on a mat. I forgot. Okay, so they're all in. Now just in this back section here, you see a little D-shaped hole. That's going to be for this aerial, which is just going to go in here. Push that down like that. That's held in with an AP screw from the other side. So just get that one in here. There we go. That's that into place. And now this is probably going to be best on the top camera. We've got some door sills just here. These are metal, but they do have tape on them. You don't want to bend these. You just want to get this backing off. And put these in the recess of the door here. So hopefully you can see. That looks like that. Do the same on the other side. Doesn't matter which way round it goes because it is symmetrical. And that's that one in there just like that. Now we'll put my cloth down now because I'm now in a position to fit the doors. So then I'm going to turn the car like this on its side. I'm going to be putting this door into place. So I just need to line up this hinge with this side here. As a matter of fact, it might be better just to get the door in just like that. And it's going to be held in, again on the top camera, with 2 screws into these holes just there. Now these are CM screws. Trying to figure out the best way to get these in. Kind of like that, I'm guessing. Let's get these in. Excellent, and they're in nice and tight. So let me just check how this door opens and closes. Open and closes, and it's nice and flush as well. That's what I like. Perfect. Just do the same now on the other side. Once again, let me just check the movement of that door. That looks good and shuts good as well. And the lines are good as well. Perfect. Now, even though we have these chrome skirts, we're not putting them on in this stage. I'm going to keep them safely in the pack because I need to bring over the car now. We're going to be doing some pipe work. So first thing we're going to be doing, remember this pipe that we had running along the side here? Big long one that goes all the way along this edge. That's going to go into the outer pin. You can probably see it on the top camera just here. This is the clutch pump. So I'll get this into place. That fits on there far too loosely for my liking, so I am going to glue that on there. I think I am just going to cut this cable down a little bit as well. I think it's a little bit too long. So there you go, that's perfect. That will stay in there now. Now I have this pipe here, hopefully you can see it on the top camera, which is coming from underneath this wheel arch here. That's going to go into the next pin along. I'll just put that in here. Like that. Again, I'm going to put some glue on that. Now the pipe that's coming from the firewall here, got that just here. That's just going to the nipple just underneath. Very hard to show you. It's just above the battery actually. There's a nipple just above the battery below the cooling tank. So I'm going to stick that in there. Perfect. That one's in. Very hard one that was. Getting so confused with pipes and wires here. Let me just sort them out. Just moving all these electrical pipes out the way. Because it does get confusing with the wires that are already in the engine here. Because this isn't an electric wire here. This is just part of the engine. Had to dig around here, but I've got this pipe which comes from the inlet manifold here. That's just going to be going into the firewall. And there is a nipple just underneath this silver thing here. So I'm going to get that connected. There is already this pipe here going into a nipple just above it. The pipe I've just got here goes below it. This is going to be a bit tricky to get in. what I'm going to do is just feed all these wires, because they are getting in my way now, just to the left here. Because when I put that pipe in, it's going to trap some of the wires, which I don't want to do. That's perfect. And by doing that, it's actually just cleared out all the engine, so I can see that nipple quite well just underneath this section here. So let me just put that in. Perfect. And that's in there. And then these thin black and red wires I've got here. There's two loose ones here. There is a hole in the firewall just here, which I'm going to feed these through. Just like that. It doesn't matter if they go into the bay here. As a matter of fact, I can just pull them through just to make that a little bit neater there. And then they are actually saying to us, just snip off the excess, which I will do. Perfect. And then lie that back down. So I'm looking around here and I think all the pipes are connected now. I can't see any loose pipes anywhere, which is excellent. Okay, what I am going to do now, I'm just going to train some of these wires around a little bit, because I like how I've tidied them all up here. And I think I'm just going to be putting just some tape just around this section to keep these all bundled up. It doesn't ask us to do that, but I do like to work tidy, so I'm going to do that now. Perfect, just like that. What I'm going to do now is turn the car upside down. And what I'm going to do is I've just turned it upside down here, because there's one more thing here. The cable coming from the handbrake here is going to go into the firewall as well. It's very fiddly, and if I'm being honest, I can't actually see anywhere in the firewall it would connect to, but being a handbrake, not sure. Okay, I think I'm going to find somewhere just to mount this so it has got the impression that it is going into the firewall here. But that's good. And that is all there is to do in that stage. Let me just turn this around. I mean, it's looking really good, but it's so difficult. So difficult and fiddly this pack is, and that's why I'm glad that I am splitting this down. I think we are finished with the whole engine area now. I don't think we've got to do any more wires or hoses or anything like that. So I'm hoping it will be plain sailing now, just putting the bodywork on and connecting all of these wires up here. I'm just tidying this up a little bit, but looking good. So when we continue this, we're going to be doing stage 96 to 100 and it'll be finished, but it is looking really good. Let me just show you the interior, how that's looking at the moment. Very detailed car, very detailed. If you want to get this for yourself, it's available from Agora Models video. The link is in the video description, and there is also a QR code on the screen. But I really hope you like that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.